What is going on, fight fans and full-time family? Last night at UFC 249, Francis Ngannou took on the undefeated Jairzinho Rozenstruik and knocked him out in devastating fashion in the first round. Now, while this was expected, Francis Ngannou is now in a little bit of a predicament. Francis Ngannou has knocked out the cream of the crop in the heavyweight division. He is now at the point where there is nothing left for him except for a title shot. But the champion currently is Stipe Miocic. Stipe Miocic has been out with injury. He's also a firefighter, and there's a pandemic going on. A lot of corona fires out there. No, I'm just kidding. But the Stipe Miocic, honestly, it's getting to that time to where it's either time to relinquish the belt or come back and fight. But for Francis Ngannou, he's already fought Stipe Miocic, and it did not go his way. It was a pretty lackluster performance from Francis Ngannou, honestly. But you also have Daniel Cormier in the wings. Daniel Cormier is a guy who is supposed to be rematching Stipe Miocic whenever he comes back. So now you've got this trifecta of killers that could potentially be fighting for this UFC heavyweight title. As far as Francis Ngannou versus Stipe Miocic, man, I got to admit, especially even after last night, the power in Francis Ngannou, it really looked like Jairzinho Rozenstruik's face got hit with the Toyota Camry when he got hit with that. I believe it was a left hook that really just knocked him out cold. I mean, it only took one shot from Francis Ngannou. He landed a couple more on the way down, but you could see Jairzinho was out from the one hit. It was probably one of Francis Ngannou's clean. He's got a lot of clean knockouts, but this one was nasty. And before this, he knocked out Curtis Blades, Cain Velasquez, two of the best wrestlers in the heavyweight division, Junior Dos Santos, one of the best boxers in the heavyweight division. Now you got Stipe Miocic, who's been a little bit inactive, and even though Francis Ngannou lost to Stipe in the first fight, you've got to wonder what would happen in the rematch. At the same time, what about Francis Ngannou versus Daniel Cormier for a potential interim title? Whew, think about that. Daniel Cormier's fought at 205 pounds for a majority of his UFC career. Light heavyweight champion, he's recently moved up to heavyweight, and he's looked great at heavyweight. But the size difference between Cormier and Ngannou, I mean, would Cormier's wrestling be able to offset it? If he gets hit one time, you know it's over. Ho ho ho. We've seen Francis Ngannou knock out Cain Velasquez and Curtis Blades, huge, really high-level wrestlers that have the size. Daniel Cormier, he's approaching 41 years old, maybe 42. We know how great he is and has been, but Francis Ngannou, I mean, I don't. Francis Ngannou, man, I don't see. It's gonna be hard for this man to not become champion. And Daniel Cormier and Stipe are both tough fights, but what Francis Ngannou has done, especially last night, 4 first-round knockouts in a row, devastating fashion. I mean, I just, it's crazy because you're at the point where you just feel like this guy can run over anybody, but he's honestly not got to answer the questions. We haven't got to see Francis Ngannou's wrestling. We haven't got to see if he doesn't get the knockout and gets taken down. We really haven't got to see how he's going to face that adversity later into the fight because he's knocking everyone out so fast again. So what happens if he goes into a 5-round fight? What happens if he's in the 4th and the 5th round? We still don't know because he knocks everyone out so early. So even though he's so dominant, there's still some questions that we don't know. Francis Ngannou's a motherfucker, man. That's all I can say, and I'm looking forward to no matter who he fights, whether it's Stipe, whether it's Daniel Cormier. This man deserves a title shot, especially after last night. that first round knockout of Jairzinho Rozenstruik. That was an amazing performance. And with that being said, man, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think about Francis Ngannou's performance at UFC 249 in the Discord. Link is in the description. I'm out.